Today we're playing a forgotten Formula 1 game.
Gentlemen, a short view back to the past.
Now it's very easy to see how everyone forgot about this game, because this is the only way you can access it. A tiny little menu option at the bottom of this loading screen. Yep, this is the boot screen for F1 2015. But at launch and in the years that followed, this feature slash game mode slash honestly an entire extra game added on was completely skipped over by you, by me, by everyone. So let's delve into it, shall we? So as you can clearly tell from these intros, the menu, the vibe, this is inside of the F1 2015 game, the new engine that this was on. Because remember, the F1 2015 was the brand new Ego engine that Codemasters debuted, and unfortunately is the engine we're still on. Yep, that's right, 9 years on, and we're still on the same engine that this game debuted with. But yeah, let me give you a little history lesson in the Formula 1 game around this time.
Gentlemen, a short view back to the past.
So the previous iteration, F1 2014, was a massive letdown. It was essentially F1 2013, just with bodge-jobbed 2014 cars. Underneath the skin, everything was the same, from the lighting, the actual engine itself. The handling, if anything, just got worse because they tried to add factors that made the cars feel worse from F1 2013, because really, to the simpleton, that's exactly what happened in real life Formula 1. The cars seemingly got a lot slower. So that's what they did. They transplanted a lot of F1 2013 into a new game, slapped 14 on it, made some new car models, and shipped it. And worst of all, when they revealed it, it was going to still be coming out on the old generation. At this point, everyone and their mother was ready to move over to the next gen, the PS4, the Xbox One. Does this sound a little bit familiar to the current predicament of moving to the PS5 and the Xbox Series X? Oh, okay, I'll just leave it. So everyone was very disappointed at this. But what we didn't know was it seemed like Codemasters made this decision in order to give them more time to develop an all-new engine and start from scratch with F1 2015, launching on the next-gen consoles. And this reasoning's a bit hazy because it was so many years ago now, but I feel like the reason they had the 2014 season in this game was basically to make up and kind of apologize for how poor the 2014 game was. Basically, if you wanted to revisit the 2014 season in the game, then you could do it on F1 2015, and you can just skip out even buying F1 2014 or going back to it. But because when the game launched, everyone was so excited about 2015, it was a year maybe where Ferrari were quicker and could take more of a fight to Mercedes. We obviously had some major driver transfers, so pretty much everyone collectively, I think, just never touched this 2014 part of the game. That is changing today. But yeah, no, seriously, this is actually legit the first time I've ever clicked into the 2014 part of this game. This is going to be a journey and a half. What track? What track? You know what? We've got USA coming up, so maybe we go COTA, or maybe we go for a massive fan favorite, Hockenheim. I actually miss this track so much. They need to get a grip and add it to the current game as DLC. I feel like I'm doing a massive fan service by choosing Hockenheim. I think we all want to see F1 back at Hockenheim in a video. But then look at this. This is really odd, actually, looking at the 2014 lineup through the eyes and the engine and the menus of 2015, because I'm looking at this menu, the font, the styling, and my core memories from F1 2015 are just coming back to me. But then, like, your head scrambles because it's like, oh, wait, no, this is the year before. So inside of the F1 2015 game, we've still got Vettel at Red Bull alongside Ricciardo debuting at the top RB team. You know what? That's actually a little bit sad saying that, because obviously at the time of recording this, we've just come off the Singapore Grand Prix in 2024, and it looks likely that Ricciardo has driven his last race for the junior RB team. Mercedes, obviously, this was their first year of all-conquering domination with Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg. Ferrari still had the services of Fernando Alonso and Kimi Raikkonen. What an elite lineup this is. It's just such a shame that Ferrari gave them an absolute hoover of a car. Lotus with, well, this is quite a chalked lineup, to be honest. Romain Grosjean and Pastor Maldonado. And sorry, I should say icon driver, Pastor Maldonado. Icon. McLaren Mercedes. Well, this was not a good time for McLaren. This was, I mean, look how plain those overalls are. You don't even need to know anything else to know this is going to be a chalked season with a lack of colour, sponsors, life in it. Those eyes. There are no light behind those eyes. They've been taken away. But it was Jenson Button alongside Kevin Magnussen. He looks like a fetus. Sahara Force India before they became Racing Point, before they became Aston Martin, Nico Hülkenberg and Sergio Perez. What a weird thing to look at. You know, at the time, this was classed as one of the most solid midfield lineups, Hülkenberg and Checo. Checo was an absolute tyre whisperer in this era for Pirelli tyres. Hülkenberg was just a solid driver. He still is, obviously. And at the time, Force India was always known for punching above their weight on very minimal resources. This team was a vibe. Sauber F1, hey, 10 years later, there's Sauber again, obviously, in the current season, just with the added green and kick on it. But it's Sauber here, Adrian Sutil and Gutierrez. I'm sure so many new F1 fans are like, who? What? Huh? But nah, Sutil, if I remember correctly, Sutil chose the race number 99 because he wanted to max out everything in his life, including the number he could pick. Scuderia Toro Rosso, and they actually used to have a bit of aura as a team. Jean-Eric Vergne, Danke Fiat. Not the strongest lineup ever, but yeah, it'll do. Williams Racing. Obviously, Martini Williams been at this time, but they weren't allowed Martini in the F1 game, so there's this very plain, bland version of the Martini liveries. But Felipe Massa and a young Valtteri Bottas. Caterham F1, an icon driver. Kamui Kobayashi, of course, one of the icon drivers in the modern F1 games. And Marcus Eric. I actually forgot Ericsson drove for Caterham. That's mad, actually. And finally, Marussia Formula One team. And sadly, always coming back to this era of Formula One games, it's with a heavy heart. Jules Bianchi, who was cruelly taken away from us at that Japanese Grand Prix in 2014. What a talent he was. Right, in terms of the actual car I'm going to pick, I feel like it would be rude not to pick the absolute hoover that was the Ferrari car. And let's go for Raikkonen. You can still play as Alonso in the current F1 games, but let's go for Kimi. We can't play as him anymore.
Welcome to the Rhine Valley and the Hockenheim Ring, where we await the start of the highly anticipated German Grand Prix.
Oh, it's just so beautiful, isn't it? Please come back. These race intro graphics still hold up, you know. In general, I think F1 2015 does hold up. It actually holds up way more than future games. Like, if you go back and play F1 2018 specifically, that game has aged incredibly poorly compared to this. Bruh. But yeah, so this is a full 2014 grid. But you get the animations of F1 2015 in the same way you would line up for the F1 2015 grid. You obviously get the graphics, the lighting, everything. I actually don't know, though, how the handling is or the tire wear or anything like that. I don't know if that's different for this part of the game or they've just copied and pasted it. I wouldn't blame them if they did copy and paste it. I guess we're going to find out. But at the same time, it has been, 9 years. So I actually don't remember what 2015 felt like, especially on a controller that I'm playing this on right now. Before we get underway, we just simply must take a look at all the cars individually here, because this was, I think, the first game, because of the new engine and the new gen, this was the first time you could do this in the replay cams. You could actually look at each car and follow each car and actually see a proper replay of what was going around you, because all the games up to this point, you couldn't change the car you were looking at in the replay cameras. So we can actually take a look at each car and, oh man, look how ugly that nose is. This Ferrari was just trash, man, wasn't it? It had oversteer and understeer all at the same time. Let's take a look around, though. Got the Williams. Oh, I mean, a travesty that this didn't have the Martini lines. You could make a mod for it, obviously, which brought back an iconic livery. The Red Bull, I think one of the prettiest cars of this year, the Red Bull. I loved the Red Bull look. This is the first time they started saying things like size 0 for like the Coke bottle shape of the rear end of the Red Bull car, because Newey just packages things so tight AI, and then it just kept overheating and had problems with the Renault engine. The Merc, to be honest, this Mercedes, this dominant Mercedes car, deserves to be immortalized in a much better graphics package of F1 2015. Like, it was actually a shame that the official F1 2014 game was so arse, because this car was all conquering for this season. What else we got? Oh my god, I forgot about the appendages of some of these cars. Some more called Durex, okay? I've got a new thing for them to sponsor. McLaren weren't any better. Oh my, it's so depressing. Look at it. It's so barren. Ron Dennis, you are in the mud, my friend. Zach Brown has done miracles to turn this team around. Look at the lack of anything going on this car livery. As an F1 society, how did we let this actually happen and stand? They simply shouldn't have been allowed on the F1 grid with this dull of a car. Toro Rosso with their very chunky boy appendage right there. Oh, the Walrus. Lotus had the Walrus. The lopsided. No, what was going on? This season was so chalked. Oh, it doesn't get any better with Sauber. Marussia. I like the Marussia livery. The Marussia, also the onboard of the Marussia was always really nice. And then you have Caterham. God on earth. What is going on? Someone call CNN, because we need to report on this ugly ass front. Right, that's enough looking. Let's go forwards then to 5 red lights to the 2014 German Grand Prix and the 2015 game. What? It's a good start. Oh, we're going to mince Alonso on the inside. Go on, Hoover. Oh, bloody hell, Alonso. Jesus. I don't remember the AI being this aggressive. I mean, to be fair, it is a 2015 game, so maybe, yeah, on F1 2014, the AI were not aggressive at all. So I need to remember this is basically 2015 AI, just with the old season. And we're actually doing very well here. Come on. Using the Hoover power, we are sucking it up. We've sucked a bit too hard there. What? I'm sorry. Oh, well, it's nice to see the damage model was just as arse 9 years ago as it is now. We're underway again. This time, we're going to actually focus and enjoy the... Oh, okay. Right. Okay. Great. Might want to go up into first gear. We're going to actually enjoy Hockenheim, I was about to say, okay? What a lovely, iconic track this is that many fans would pay a small lump sum to drive up on again. Cody's. I think I just took out Hulkenberg. I'm so sorry, man. I actually think I performed F1 terrorism here. What? No. Hang on. What are those physics? What? He went around so quickly. Okay, to be fair, the line was very tight, but equally, he spun around really fast. Oh, no, we've got a better look at the nose. No. Cover it up. We've got a podium to try and get as we send it down the inside on Vettel. Vettel turns in. I'm getting the feeling that every time you go for a move, the AI just want to turn in on you. But we've done Vettel, who, to be fair, very realistically is struggling in his Red Bull compared to Ricciardo here. Oh, beauty. I love this sequence. This corner coming up is lovely. Full commit as much as you can. I mean, in the modern cars, it would be flat out, wouldn't it? It would be such a lovely corner to take. Then into the stadium section. I always have memories here of that very frustrating, what was it, 2018 race, wasn't it? In where Vettel was leading and he stuffed it and he had that really emotional radio. This was hard AI. This again just shows you, not about F1 2418 AI, definitely not, but this just shows you how good we had it in F1 23, like how good the AI were then. Side by side with Danny Rick, and we've outbroken the late breaker himself. Oh, look. Oh, very realistically, the two Mercedes are having an absolute ding-dong battle. Go on. And for the first time in this genre of F1 games, you can actually watch the battle going on. Oh, lovely. Let's relive this. Rosberg v Hamilton. You love to see it. Oh, this is bringing back all the memories. Remember the duel in the desert, everyone? Right, we've only got one lap left. Clearly, the hard AI are not very hard, so let's try and muller them. Let's try and get this godforsaken Ferrari a win, because we are driving as Raikkonen, and we know he knows what he is doing. I must say, from memory, the handling, this isn't what F1 2015, like the normal game handles like. I feel like there's a sense of they try to make it like this is 2015 handling, like there's some undertones of it, but I get the feeling on purpose they try to make it feel really bad, just like it did on the previous game. And like I said, just like everyone felt the 2014 cars drove like, you know, a lack of front end, not very dynamic, weight shifting, just not a thing. Here we go, purple. We're in the slipstream. Go on. Oh, the Hoover's not hoovering exactly, but can we make a dive bomb on the inside? Filthy dive bomb. Ah! Oh, Rosberg's had me covered, you know. Rosberg's had me covered. I think we're going to have to absolutely send it if I want to get him here. And then I have to go after Hamilton. Send it on the inside. Oh, what an apex. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Bring the neck out of that fourth gear. Fourth gear, underrated as a gear, I say. Just like this game mode was underrated. Oh, we're absolutely flying. Patience. We know we can out-traction him because I've misclicked the camera. We're now on offset camera. That's put me off. Can we still go round the outside? Dance it. Turn in, you Hoover. Where is the downforce, man? Oh, he's won. Of course he's won. Bloody hell, Ferrari. Where was the front end? There was none. All these cutscenes hold up, you know. You know what? A lot of this game holds up. Like, this doesn't look bad. Like, this genuinely, in 2024, this looks like a good podium cutscene. In weird aspects, it actually looks better. Like, the faces, no. But bits about the animation, the polish, and the finishing kind of look better than the current F1 game. Quickly to end, just giving you a tour of this game, because this was still F1 2015, so it was still career mode-less. Yes. No career mode. It had championship season, which was basically Grand Prix mode, but it would just make a whole season for you. Pro season, which was this mode, but just forced cockpit cam. Quick race, which was Grand Prix mode, but just one race rather than a whole season. And then you had multiplayer, time trial, very bare bone. But you know what? A nice little trip down memory lane to come back to. And definitely a game within a game that you all forgot about. If you have enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you're around here, then do get subscribed for weekly Formula content. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.